What were some of the challenges that you faced? Like, what are the hardest challenges that you faced as mayor?
I mean, the hardest challenges during my time as mayor has definitely been not only COVID, B, everything that happened around George Floyd and everything in the summer of that same year, but as we continue to go through kind of this second round of COVID and the after effects of, after we thought we were in the clear, now, Delta and everything comes back, and what does that mean? But gratefully, we've had some great leadership here in the state of Texas and at the federal level to kind of, work with us in terms of how are we helping our business and some of that. So that time being mayor was definitely probably the most challenging in terms of the decisions that we needed to make, because you're making decisions for an entire community. You're trying to do the best that you can with the limited information you have to put your businesses hopefully in a position to succeed while making people feel safe, but also making people feel like they have an opportunity to live their life. And I think that's where Texas has strived. I mean, you can kind of see while so many people are moving to Texas, while so many businesses are moving to Texas. It's not just the low cost of living, the low taxes and just the opportunity that's here, but I think that we allow people to kind of make their own decisions. We're very pro-business, and we're trying to make sure that businesses have an opportunity to succeed and do so. And so it's been wonderful living in this area. I think it was wonderful, finding ways to get creative to help businesses during that tough time. And so those were some of the challenges. And, we had a lot of restaurants that had no outdoor space. Yeah. And so quickly we had to pivot to allow for parklets and remove parking and bring space. And we partnered with some great organizations that helped us build these patio spaces that gave restaurants a new life and new breath during that time. I know that Maggie, the owner of Nuevo Leon, said that her business quadrupled during COVID because we gave her this outside space where people felt comfortable eating and going to a restaurant. And we did one at Caquita's, we did one at the local coffee shop, we did one at Marshall's Barbecue, where we went and got food during COVID to support local businesses. And
I was going to ask you about that. I mean, we saw leaders across the country really step up and do innovative new ways of being able to give back to the community and be able to help and kind of act as a beacon of hope. And I know that during COVID you had done something similar for folks in Farmers Branch and for your restaurant owners.
Yeah, we did Meals on the Mayor, which was the brainchild of our economic development team. We were talking about different ways to help, and they were like, hey, this is probably going to hurt your pocketbook, but it would be good. And I go, anything to help. So we all came up with the idea. We built a website that said, here's every restaurant in Farmers Branch. Here's every restaurant that's open and wanting to deliver food that's struggling. If you go order a meal from these restaurants to go during the early days of COVID when we were all locked down, I'll cover the first $25. And I did it up to $2,500. So, is that 100 families that, can get meals? And so, great response.
Did you have people take you up on it?
People took me up on it, and people that, it wasn't people in Farmers Branch. I had people in Addison and Carrollton and Dallas that would go eat at a Farmers Branch restaurant, and I just said, just send me your Venmo, send me your Cash App, whatever, I'll send you the money back, but I need the receipt that shows you dined at a Farmers Branch restaurant in these last few days, and I'll cover whatever. But the response was great, because some people were only getting like $13 or $14 meals, like just for them, like they needed something, but then there were larger orders, and they were taking care of their families and their offices and other stuff. And seeing some of these restaurants being able to have patrons go to them and visit, and not only that, I think that opportunity allowed people to go maybe try a restaurant they hadn't tried in Farmers Branch before. And so a lot of them survived during that time. And that was just one of the few ways that we as a community came together to really push through COVID and find, as you said, creative ways and innovative ways to keep people open, keep people with their jobs and their livelihood